Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I have another layout using the March Scraptastic kit. This is the 15th layout using this kit. It took me an hour to complete. I'm showing you some of the leftovers I have. A lot of die cuts. And the thing is, there was a lot of red die cuts, but not a lot of red papers. So what I decided to do was build the layers with mainly the die cuts, and I love mixing pink and red, so I'm going to use some of the pink paper. And I thought I was going to use that basic gray capture because it does have some red in that pattern paper, but I didn't like how it looked on this layout because once I started going, the monochromatic look really appealed to me. So I'm just going to keep it red, white with just a shot of black. And I like doing that. So I'm taking a Crafter's Workshop template and my pale tomato ink from Heroes Art and a sponge. And I just sponge it over the template. And most times if you see me using templates, that's how I do it. Very rarely do I use a spray. I like the controlled that it has with the sponge and not the extra spray around the layout. I guess I just like the neat look. Like if I'm going to go messy look, I like messy look. But if I'm doing a page that's a clean look, then I like a clean look. So this, I wanted to go for a clean look. So I use my sponge. I'm going to mat my photo. I cut it down to about 3 3¾ by 3 3/4 because I found a piece of white leftover cardstock that was just 4x4, so I just cut down my photo to fit in it instead of cutting into a new sheet of white cardstock. I also want to use some of that basic gray pattern with the polka dots in different colors, and I also want to use some of that pattern. The one side it's sort of just black and white, and the other it's the flowers that you can color in, and I'm going to end up using that side, and that's a glitz paper. And the reason is the other side was drawing too much attention because I wanted this page to have more just a red and white tone, and then with just a little shot of black. Using that black pattern paper was just drawing too much attention. But if I flipped it on the other side, it was mostly white with some drawn flowers in black. That was more what I was looking for. And then I'm just going to cut a few of those little black and white cameras from the Amy Tangerine +1 collection that I pulled out a few layouts ago. So I'm just trying to think. That pattern paper, the basic gray pattern paper, is just throwing me off with all the different colors because everything else is red on the layout and there's just too much color. So I believe at that point I'm going to walk away. And that happens to me when I don't know what I want to do next. I just pick up, I walk away, and come back with a fresher look, and I don't worry about it. It just means that, my creative thinking is just not there. So when I come back, the first thing I do is get rid of that pattern paper because, I know this is what is throwing me off. I'm going to take my black soot ink from Rangers, and I'm going to ink all the edges. And again, because I just want that hint excuse me, that hint of black. And that pattern paper there that I was going to use as a background, I decided to just cut in it. And because right now I wanted it for this layout, so I'll just figure something else for another layout. And this is a picture of my daughter and her friends in that wax museum that I did a page. It was either last layout or the one before. And the picture is kind of dark, so you can't see it on the video, but there's actually like a dinosaur behind them. So they're kind of making a face, and I think it's from one of the dinosaurs from Jurassic Park, maybe from Jurassic Park. And so anyway, I just wanted to to put that in the album because they did like making, you know, silly faces in front of either the characters or the actors that were in this museum. And now I'm going to start fussing with all the different embellishments that came in the kit. Now this was a nice tag, but I saw the detail as a little tab and then the rest of it as a banner. So I'm just going to cut them in half. I'm going to put the banner to the top of the layout, and then the word details, I'm going to put it underneath the photo as a little tab. And then I took another little tag or tab and I put it at the bottom of the page, and leftover of that details one, I'm going to cut a piece off and I'm going to put it at the bottom, so then it's in 3 spots. I took a few of the puffy stickers and I'm going to use them on this layout. I took a flare badge with the star. I'm going to use it on this layout. I took a doily and I brought a doily in. I haven't used doilies in a bit. So I had some red doilies from Doodlebug, and they're awesome. I think they're $4 and you get 50 in a package. I believe it's 50. I have them right here. They're called paper doilies, 50 counts, and they come in red, white, and pink. So I have one of each color. I was trying to use that leftover of the pattern paper, but I didn't get to use it. And again, I'm trying to use as many of the red embellishments as I possibly can, because I don't know if I'll be able to do another red page. I'm going to use that 3x3 card that was a cut apart from one of the pattern papers, and it says picture perfect. And then I'm going to take one of the puffy stickers that says adventure, and I'm going to stick it under there, so the title of this page is going to be picture perfect adventure. So I'm not going to use any of my own letters to put a title on this page. I'm just going to use this 3x3 card, and that's going to be the title. I'm going to put it on some foam tape just so that it's a little bit more prominent on the page, so you know that, you know, sort of this is the title kind of thing. And now I'm going to start gluing everything down. And that foam tape, it's a massive roll that I got at Custom Crops. And if you wait for it to go on sale, you can usually get it between, you know, $30 to $33, depending on their sale. And I'm going to use my quick dry adhesive, and I'm going to glue down all the little different embellishments. And there was a little die cut that says snap, and I put a foam tape in behind that tag, or not the tag, the flare. And now I'm working on that top embellishment. I put there was a tag that I put to the top cluster with a doily. I cut it down. Then there was a matching stripe at the bottom, so I'm going to cut it down in 2. I put one piece to the top of the cluster and then the other one to the bottom of that cluster. So it kind of brings those 3 clusters together. And I guess I walked away again, and when I come back, then I always have fresh ideas. I think I did this layout in between my shifts, so usually after I come home, I only have about, 20 minutes to 30 minutes of juice in me to do something. So after that, I gotta walk away. So I took one of the stamp set, and that came in the kit, and one word said for real, photo shoot. So I'm stamping around the layout, and then I'm drawing some red lines to connect them all. And I'm also stamping directly on the layout also. And what else did I do? So I put photo shoot 3 times, and like I said, I just took a red marker, and the marker is a Staedtler marker, Tri Plus fine liner. I got mine at Staples, but you can get them at Michael's, so then you could use your a coupon. Then I took my 7 Gypsies roller stamp, and I'm going to stamp on that little tag up there, and I just stamped Explore 3 times. And that little tag details was kind of crooked. I tried to fix it, but it was glued down really good, so I just decided to live with it. Now the tag, I just put a bit of twine in it. Now I'm going to ball up 3 different twines, and I'm going to glue it down to each different embellishments, clusters. And now I'm looking at some enamel dots, and some of them I'm going to use the ones that are pre-bought, and then I don't have any white ones except for the ones that I made myself. So I'm going to go in my stash, and I'm going to use the white enamel dots that I made myself using perler beads. So that's going to take me a few minutes to get those out. So I tried to use my stash of enamel dots first, because I'm trying to get them used up. And then if there's a color that I can't find, then I go to my hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and probably thousands now of perler beads, because I've just done a whole bunch of them. And I did a whole bunch before summer started, because in the summer the last thing you want to turn on is your oven. And so I just did a whole bunch so that I'm good till fall. And I just used my quick dry adhesive to glue them down. I could just glue down some with glue dot, but I'd rather just use my glue. Now this I wish I hadn't done. The red is just too different, but I mean, it's down. I'm just going to live with it. I just use some sprinkles, and I just don't like the way that the reds are different. Now I took my Hero Arts dauber and I kind of splat it on the layout, and if you search Studio Calico on their site, not their site, their YouTube site, they were featuring their new daubers, and they kind of did this with it, and I thought that was so neat. I had used my dauber on a layout, probably 150 layouts ago, and I had kind of created a background, but I didn't think of smashing it into the layout, and it just kind of sprays it out, and I really like that. And so I really liked that when I saw that on the Studio Calico video. And then I saw Edie do it too, and I thought, yeah, I wanted to do that too. So I thought that is so neat. To word of caution though, I tried to do it with my white dauber and it doesn't work. So I don't know if all daubers work or not, but the pale tomato ink one works wonderfully. So I really love that. I'd love to do a page with using different daubers and just doing that in all the different colors. I'll probably do that in very shortly, hopefully. And now I'm just doing the finishing touches. I cut 3 of those little cameras from the Amy Tangerine +1 collection. I'm just putting a little foam tape in behind each so that they're popped up on the page. And I guess there was some stuff that wasn't glued down, so I'm gluing them down. And then I'm going to show you some close-ups of all the layout. First, just quickly, and then a few pictures. So if you want to see more still pictures, you can join me on Facebook. The link is in the description. And the challenge this month on my Facebook is to use something new. So something that basically, we all order the new stuff. So just get it out of the package and get it on a layout right away. And also you can join me, or you can see the still pictures on Instagram, Twitter, a cherry on top, Two Peas in a Bucket, Scraptastic, Facebook, and their blog. And that's it. The page is done. So thanks for watching. Bye.